back to the channel. You join me inside the Mini. This is the possibly the first time I've shown what the inside is. I mean, it's not great. I'll turn around the camera in a second so you can see the dashboard, but it was yeah, it was never done to be a pretty car, and I have got some rough edges to try and sort out in here, but I've just I haven't got a lot of time today to put towards the car, or this weekend to be fair. I've got the front on yesterday, so by the time you've seen the video of that, you'd have seen me in a probably quite tired, stressed, aggravated state. But I've had a night's sleep, a bit of time to think, and I've been out and had a look at the car this morning, and yeah, the subframe is annoying, but it's not the end of the world. I've got to consider what I'm going to do about the strengthening kit, because I don't want to run standard MOT bars, and part of the strengthening kit is the reinforcement for the tie rods, because the subframe would also tie in there. But yeah, I might cut it off. We'll have to see where that journey takes me. I might, as Endaf Owen suggested, get a big bar on the front and try straightening that out, but I don't really have the space for that. I might get my engine crane and jack one side up whilst pushing down on the other or something, but I'm not 100% hopeful that I'll be able to get it as accurate as I need to, so we'll see where that goes. But I'm feeling more positive about the car. I know now what was wrong and how to correct it, so I think what's more important now is that I start welding together the pieces of the front panel to try and get everything where I want it. So I think that's where I'm gonna focus. But just as a sort of glimpse into the future, because this will not be staying as it is. Obviously, yeah, 2 bucket seats, and I'm probably going to keep the steering wheel, although I've got to do something about the drop bracket, the lack of a dash bar, and the steering wheel boss. Yeah, you'll like that. So yeah, I'm going to spin you around now and give you a once round through the car. So I didn't run any pockets. Obviously we've got a cage. Annoyingly, the cage changes colour halfway through the car. Back cage is black, front cage is red. I was a bit annoyed, but Mini Spares at the time said that's the only colour we've got. If you want one, it's red. So yeah, that's what it is. You can see a little bit of condensation, surface rust is starting to creep into the ceiling. It looks really bad here on camera, but actually it's just surface rust. And with any luck, the ceiling won't be staying steel. I'd like to really get a fiberglass or a carbon roof bolted or bonded onto there, because that's something that really does help to, you know, drop the centre of gravity on the car. And it's got this horrible echo to it, and it's got that pad is supposed to stop it and it doesn't, so I'd have to put like a anti-vibration pad on here anyway. I'm not really keen on doing that, so fiberglass doesn't have that resonance to it. So a bit of an old school sticker for you. Please pass. From the days of I forget what the magazine was now, Fast Car Magazine or something like that. Please pass, driver playing GT3, which I wasn't, but I'd have felt like it. So yeah, this is the passenger side, or the driver's side. I'm in the passenger side. Fire extinguisher. It's going to need an update. Probably just change it over for a handheld one, because I don't need a plumbed in one. I'm not going FIA spec. Yeah, what I had was a shift light, rev counter. The speedo was all the way back there on the dashboard. It was just literally a half dash panel. Once, a long time ago, I made a whole dash panel, and then I needed to do something else with it, so I just left it on the shelf and I cut it down for this. So I had water temp, oil pressure, rev counter and a shift light, and I'll be honest, the shift light was a late addition anyway. But that steering boss, it's, you know, perfectly strong and flexible, not flexible, perfectly strong enough in all the right directions. It just doesn't look how it should. It does it, but it's a nice wheel. It's a nice chunky 13-inch motor litre wheel, and it's dropped really quite low. I'm not gonna keep that, but yeah, lack of door cards, 5-point harnesses, 2 seats overlapping because that's the only way I could get them in. I had my, I can't remember which cutout that was. Oh, that's the extinguisher because it still works. So extinguisher here, intercom down here, handbrake was barely accessible through there, and a means of reducing the rear brake. Well, that's full off because otherwise I had too much rear brakes, and I even reduced the cylinder size. So yeah, so that was full off. If I was running with a heavy load, I could get away with 2 clicks up, but generally it was all the way off because the back of the car was just too light. You know, I've got no back seats in here, and that big bracket you see there was for the spare wheel, which was a real pig to get in and out, but you know, I did. Battery lived behind my seat. There was nothing back here. And what else? So the intercom, if I get down in there, it is a Starcom 1. Honestly, utterly brilliant piece of kit. So I used to run the car with these, well, I'm still gonna run the car with these intercom pieces, just because, yeah, the roof vibrating wasn't really nice, and on a long journey especially, being in mind there was a Weber the other side of there, that didn't make things nice either. I've got a feeling when I did this, the original plan was to put that other dash back in, but then I realised with the Weber box there isn't the depth there for the gauges, and I didn't really fancy rejigging it all, so that's what happened. Yep, that's what happened. I've got a feeling that I'm going to cut this out. I think I'm going to come a bit further over, lose this big hole here and some of those little holes, just do a straight line and blend it as nicely as I can. But I'll go from here or there, depends on how I'm going to work it, straight over to where the brake cylinder is, so that I've just got a flat panel there. Less chance of any fire working its way in. And I'm going to completely change the interior in here. I'd like it to be a bit more hospitable. I don't know that I'm going to go for carpets. I mean, that is potentially unnecessary weight and moisture holding, but I'm going to have door cards. I'm probably going to have some kind of slidey window because they're still glass with winders. But even, you know, glass with winders, glass windows all around, and this car was still only 612 kilos. So it was rapid for 70 horsepower at the wheels, 76 I think it was at the wheels. Yeah. So yeah, that's what the inside looks like, and that's what the view out the front looks like. And it's just interesting sometimes to sit here and think and look around the engine bay and look around the car and just imagine what you want it to be. I mean, other things I've got down here, that's a CAD quick shift. This is a later model CAD quick shift with the lift up collar, because getting in reverse was a bit of a pig with this older style one. You had to pop that ball bearing there, fitted a bit too neatly in the bottom of the doobry doofer, in the bottom gear remote. So it was a 2-hand job to pop it out to get it into reverse. It wasn't nice, but you know, it did what it needed to do. The other job I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and put this wiper motor on this side here, to live in sort of an accessible gap there, but just so that I've got a nice clean bulkhead. It's really hard to get the sun out. There you go, I'm in the shade here. Yeah, the plan is to have that sitting, the wiper motor there. The ECU will probably be under the dashboard as well. And then there'll be just a couple of nice neat bulkhead connectors, and hopefully I can just pipe out the wipers and the washers. That washer bottle you might think was a pain in the butt, but literally you unhook it and take it to the side of the car to fill it up and then put it back in. It just kept the engine bay so much cleaner. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Just having a little nose around at the inside of my car. Wow, I've been talking for 10 minutes. Yeah, right, I best kind of get over with my staring and crack on with something. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that little look around the inside of the car, and I hope you're excited about following this project along to its conclusion, and then the adventures I have along the way, because once it's done, I want to take it places. I want to go places. I want to see things. I want to get some shows, track days, long journeys, exciting stuff. I want to go places in this car. I want to use it as a daily as well. So I'm going to leave it there for a bit, and I'm going to have a bit more thinking time, and then I'm going to crack on. So I'll see you on the next one.